Alright, it is time for another day of messing with the FFYLands mod with Limitless Mod. So, once again to cover what we're doing, FFYLands is a difficult mod for Borderlands 2 that completely overhauls skill trees, replaces a lot of the weapons, and also just generally makes enemies more spicy. The Limitless mod, simply put, just takes 5 out of 5 skills and makes them 100-point skills. We've done every other character but Krieg. So today, we're gonna do Krieg. And already, let me tell you, there's some stupidity. Feed the meat. Basic max health, plus 40% per level. Also, this provides max health too. But like, let's look. So, hold on, let me get somewhere with a health vendor so that we can do this a little better. Okay. So, 910 health. Let's just add a little more. That'll be like 1,120. 1 point in this, 1,400. Let's just max it out. Let's just watch it. Just kidding. I have to back out and go back in. 4,000% more health. That's a pretty big health bar considering what we started with. We could also go ahead and just put more points in Empty the Rage because that's melee and health, so like that's just pretty cool. We could instead do STV, which doesn't do self-hit in FFYLands, so it should just be a ton of extra melee damage up at the cost of like all of our weapon damage. And then we could just get like Release the Beast, we could get Explosive Buzz Axe, we can get like a couple other things too. There are a couple of skills that are just kind of nice to have. But like already just with the little bit of max health and melee damage, like that's already good enough. We can work down our left and right trees to get the other capstones as well, since we have enough skill points for that. So, you know, why not? Just make this even more ridiculous. We have a lot of choices. This is gonna be dumb. We also have a class mod that buffs that, so that's gonna be stupid. Basically, when we take damage, it increases our health regen, damage reduction, melee damage, slag resistance, just stuff. It increases a lot of stuff. It's going to make us even more stupid, so that'll be pretty good. We could get extra damage over here. We could get even more damage, realistically. Flame Flare increases burn effects and reignite chance. We'll just go Pain is Power again. And then, like, Numb Nerves, you take way less damage while on fire. Also get some health regen passively. And then Elemental Elation over here is some fire rate and mag size. Elemental Empathy is every 3.3 seconds. You can get healing from elemental dots. There's just a lot. We're going to have to wait for most of this for our OP10 character. So we'll just run a melee build for right now, which is to say literally everything and then also melee. And then we'll just take this through. We'll fight Warrior, we'll fight our normal mode Terra, load up an OP10 character, and then just use an OP10 character to probably dunk on every single thing in the game again. Let's get XP. Alright, so we'll just turn on Spawn Multiplier. 15 is about where the game starts to get sad. We'll teleport on over. That seemed pretty good. That just one-shot all of them. Okay. Well, time to get some more damage and max health. Bip. Pretty good. Okay. Level 35 is probably pretty nice. We're gonna be fine. Yep, that's pretty good. That's a lot of extra damage. Ooh, wait, I can't really use guns. I have STV, right. I would love to use guns, but I don't need them. We'll just throw hands about it. Bip. That's so much damage. I can already tell you this is good against Terra. Like, I just don't... It's just good. It's way too good. Okay. Oh, it literally does nothing. I thought it would... Oh, wait, that's actually something. No, that's still very good damage. It's not the several million damage of the melees, but like, you know, that's, huh, interesting. Go on, get. Yep, we're immune to damage. I don't even need my 6,000% extra health. Oh, you know what? Yeah, no, our actual guns don't work, but torque weapons are like 50% grenade damage, so I think it's just the grenade that's talking through it. So, like, you can still use torgs and probably TD or chucks, but, like, not anything else at all. Okay. Okay, smack dude. Go on. Go on, go. Thank you. I have unlocked grenades. Alright, cool. Let's go over to Terra. Just no stop, just go. Okay, buddy. Oh, you don't care. Oh wait, you kind of care. Hold on. Sense of death. That is almost entirely what just procced him, sure. Okay. Do it again. Yep, that checks out. Okay, just had to check. Let's load an OP10 character. Okay, so OP10 Krieg. Immediately, what I have to do. Legendary Slab class mod. Basic health is increased by 8 times, and you passively regenerate health back. You also gain lifesteal. We'll take that, pair it with the Blood of Terra for 248% more health. Pair that with a Rough Rider. Yeah, Rough Rider gives the most out of the unique shields. Max this out. Maybe have to back out once or twice because the game doesn't like stat dumping too much. Max that out. That's so much health. And then let me comb to make sure nothing else gives bonus health. Being in Release the Beast increases it. I don't know if we'll be able to do that, but we can try. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it looks like just empty the rage, feed the meat, and then release the beast to do it. That's honestly not that big of a health pool. All things considered. Oh wait, dropping and re-equipping has changed it, I think. Let's just go trigger release the beast. Okay. 4.6 mil health in this mod is actually really, really good. Let's go ahead and just compare that once again to having no benefits. So take that off. Take that off. And remove our spec. Yeah, so we go from 26,000 base health to 4.6 million. That's really good. If this were vanilla, that would be an insane increase, but since it's Fight for Lifelands, it doesn't look as cool. But that is a massive, massive increase. Let's go bully dudes. And by bully dudes, of course, I mean pick out what class mod we're gonna wear. So Slayer of Terra class mods are still only +7s. They don't get the benefit of the Limitless mod. BA Sickle, on the other hand, is going to just be disgustingly strong and surely one-shot everything, so we'll keep that in mind. The slab was just funny for health, so we'll just put that on the floor. Psycho is better used on the floor. Torch could be funny for a burn build, so maybe we'll hold on to that for a burn build. And then Reaper could be pretty good for bloodbath stuff as well, so we'll hold on to those. Let's just go re-bop Terra with a Hide of Terra on, and then the Blood of Terra as well. Let me spec. Funnily enough, I don't even think we need STV because of, well, I mean, of course we don't need STV. We don't need any skills past, like, Empty the Rage based on how much damage that gives. But, like, my goodness. Blood Twitch provides more bullets per shot on kill skill and increases roid damage. And I'd like to think technically Buzz Axe Throw is a bullet. It's a pistol bullet, but it's a bullet. So, like, maybe that'll do 2 Buzz Axes on kill? We'll see. And yeah, even without the legendary slab on, we still have 3.9 mil health with Release the Beast, so we're totally fine. That multiplier must be added pretty early into the calculation, or however that ends up working out, I guess. Let's just see how much damage we can get on a single throw. So let's get him some buddies. Kill a buddy. And then just kind of miss. There we go. That was 2 damage cap numbers. One of them was fire, because we have a 100% chance to also deal fire damage on melee. So that's very funny. That's a lot of numbers. Hold on. Okay, so I'm 99% sure that these 3 damage numbers are the Buzz Axe Bombardier, the Fire Buzz Axe, and then the actual base Buzz Axe Impact. And if they are, I mean, like, this is just a good amount of addition here. So, like, a little over... Let's just call it, like, what, 17 billion damage, collectively? One throw. That's pretty good. Hello, sir. That's not too crazy. But if I just hit him direct, of course that's pretty good. Hold on, I need a worm. Did he bloodsplode? What? I guess so. Okay. Cool. I'd want to refight you because that felt really weird. Huh. That was pretty good. That felt like a lot more damage. 680 billion. Yeah, that's a little higher than what Terra displayed. That's cool. Okay, so for our Bloodbath build, max out Bloodbath because of course that's a lot of weapon damage per stack. Blood Twitch, 750% more bullets per shot on kill skill. Bloody Revival, if we somehow get into Fight for Your Life, we get 30% more damage per stack of Bloodlust we have. 10 points in Sense of Death for the DR and the healing and stuff. And then of course Bloodsplosion, pull the pins right here and it gives kill skill duration, so sure. Maxed out the extra max health because of course. I put 5 points in Redeem the Soul because I kind of hoped it went higher, and I want to use it with Light the Fuse for somebody. And then Strip the Flesh is maxed out, Salt the Wound is maxed out, which, by the way, that's a lot of extra damage, just gonna put it out there, so that should be pretty good. I put points in Release the Beast and Explosive Buzz Axe, kind of just because they're here, but they also provide some amount of benefits, so that's pretty cool. And then just kind of put a couple points into Right Tree, just because we had way too many left over. This will dunk on probably everybody, so let's just go punch some dudes with it. Trying to be respectful with it, but also I need to do stacking too. So let's get that going. Okay, that did trigger Bloodbath. Okay, that's pretty loud. Okay, that's very loud still. Okay. Okay. Who would have guessed? You know? You increase your pellet count by 750%, and then you just get, like, way too much damage on top of that. And, like, yeah, that'll happen. Okay, let's go to Pyro Pete and do a light the fuse kill, if we can. Throw out a couple nades to get some stacks before we go. Our mag size is way too big. I would never be able to fill that reserve in 1,000 years. Okay, so, yep, we're just gonna do that. We will spawn dudes, down ourselves. We will not do anything further, I guess. Huh. I mean, I guess he resists explosive, but, like, I was kind of expecting a lot more. Okay. Well, it's just, I don't even know. Just bully him with a rocket launcher, I guess. Okay, we're at max stacks and we have Bloodbath. That checks out. Cool. Okay, let's get a dot build going with our Hellborn stuff. Let's see how that feels. Okay, welcome to our Hellborn build. 1,050% more burn damage, an additional 2,250% while we're on fire. 6,000% elemental effect chance, another 1,050% fire status damage bonus, and then 3,000% longer burn dots. We deal an extra 630% fire damage here from that as well, an extra 200% from this, an extra whatever amount from this depending on nade or novas, and then just kind of just get some health, because why not become a little healthier, get a little bit of health return on kill, and then just kind of put points over here because why not, but also Sense of Death. This thing provides Hell Breath cooldown, and Hell Breath is this capstone, where we can just breathe on dudes. And after we breathe on dudes, we get a bunch of passive bonuses for like 7.5 seconds. So we'll just breathe on dudes to death. Just do that to guys, because why not? Breathe on them, Krieg. It's not doing anything. That melee fire dot's dealing something, though. Okay, let's put a nade out. Honestly, not as crazy as I thought it'd be, but that's still a pretty good dot. Huh. There we go. We do also have the Hellfire, which deals a lot of burn damage in this mod, so we can try that out against, like, Hyperius, I guess? Hello, sir. Oh, do you just wipe dots instantly? Okay. Well, I didn't really expect too much gun damage, because I was kind of just expecting to just walk up on the guys and burn them to death, but, like, you know, we'll figure it out. The ultimate life form. If I click too fast, it, like, doesn't want to throw. Hold on. Yeah, if I throw too fast, it just stops. Huh. Okay. Well, that was weird, but I guess that worked out. So it turns out the bosses don't care about dots too much. Who would have guessed? Okay, yeah, let's do a funny little throw build. Okay, so for throw spam, the Reaper class mod buffs Blood Twitch, which gives us extra projectiles, which hopefully equates to more buzz axes on throws, right? He's here. I popped a pimple, and it did the grenade tick. I mean, we might as well see how much we buffed it by, but, like, that's ridiculous. Well, I mean, clearly we threw a lot of buzz axes at him from just looking at this, but let's go ahead and grab that little last damage number there, because I'm pretty sure that was a pimple pop calculated. 1 trillion. That's actually not as crazy as I thought it would be. But, like, still, we have a lot of damage. Who would have guessed? Alright, trigger kill. He died of a dot and not the melee. It's so hard to follow him while he's staggering, especially considering my entire screen is just explosion. But it's kind of funny. And then, yeah, I intentionally did not spec silence the voices, just so I'd have a chance to actually throw. You know what? Yeah, let's go spec silence the voices and then try to use that against Dexy. That'll be a good final test. Okay, so yep, just STV, salt the wounds, max health, throw speed, more damage, more throw speed hopefully, DR, just stuff, more pellets, more gaming. Alright, back over. Okay, so go ahead and melee any dude. Oh. That looks like a pretty big number. Hold on. 10 billion. 1.4 trillion. 33 billion. That's honestly not crazy. It's the problem of, like, we just don't have an enemy with a big enough health pool for this. Or if I do, it's a guy that has pimples that if I pop them on accident, he just falls over, which is a hilarious problem to have with Dexy, since that's not normally a problem with him at all. So it just becomes a little bit goofy if you have that going on instead. I don't want to use Feel the Blood with a grenade to see if it can just bully a guy. Hold on, let's go to Bora since we're in the same DLC. Alright, get some stacks going. Try not to dot Chief to death. There we go. He blood exploded. That's not the plan at all. I mean, it works, but, like, Man. Hold on, let's go to Pete. Pete would be so much more reasonable, and we can also do a Bloodsplode kill while we're there. Okay, so start boss fight. Keep the boss away from the spider ants so that we don't just end up one-shotting him on accident. Please don't. Okay, good. Huh. I'm surprised he lived. Okay, well, let's go ahead and just do a Bloodsplosion kill then. Throw out a couple nades. Get everyone relatively close. He doesn't care at all. So, Bloodsplosion in this mod is actually a lot smaller than it is in vanilla. Also, he has on a spike shield, that's kind of funny. But yeah, Bloodsplosion in this mod is a lot smaller than it is in vanilla, so it's harder to pull off, unfortunately. So we might have to do a couple attempts of doing this. That's so depressing. I mean, it'll be a big damage number, don't get me wrong, but like, that's not who I wanted to chain on. Man. Okay, so Pyro Pete took about 10 billion damage, but a random poor unfortunate sewer rat took 54 trillion. I would try to do more bloodbaths, but more bloodsplosions, but genuinely, the radius is like really, really small in this mod. You have to basically have the enemies standing right inside of each other for it to actually hit. It is about the size of like a Torg-barreled assault rifle's explosion, maybe, compared to what it is in vanilla, where in vanilla it's a lot bigger. And I mean, it's kind of fair because Bloodsplosion is really, really strong if you get enemies to stack up well for it, but it is a lot harder to do Bloodsplode chains in this mod, so like, it is what it is. Of course, the Krieg is really, really OP. He makes grenades dumb, he makes the melee the most dumb, and also that throw speed is still very, very funny. So like, you know, that's pretty good. And then like the fire stuff, raid bosses don't care about dots so much, so it's a little harder to pull off, but you can kind of do fire stuff. That's really about all there is to it. He's really dumb. We're gonna go ahead and probably move on from this mod for a little bit. The mod dev for Radiance asked me a little while ago now if I could do another playthrough of their mod because they've updated some stuff, and I'm gonna go ahead and oblige them. So, yep, next playthrough is going to be through the Radiance mod. I really like it for level scaling, I think it does that really well. Overall, the rest of the mod is just like more on the chill side, so it's just a nice, closer to vanilla vibe. You get a lot of XP really quick. You can choose whether or not you even want to do UVHM, because level 1 through 40 is normal mode, level 40 through 80 is TVHM, and then UVHM is just there if you want that smoke. If you don't want it, you don't have to do it at all. It's totally fine. And yeah, that'll do it for all of these characters for right now. We'll probably try this with Recoded. I have a couple more characters I need to get through before we can really, like, do everybody on it. And also, BL4 is coming up real fast, so we'll kind of just see how we get along. But that'll do it for today. Part 6.